right when you make that call that we're going in 30 minutes, you're basically headed out to the water at that point in time. You need to get buoys placed, so the big orange buoys will be here. We don't leave these in the water overnight. We have two, what we refer to as heavy marks out in the lake that you can tie a buoy boat up to and do not need to anchor. You can just tie up and you're good to go. One is by Wilhelm's, so the mark over in the K starting area closest to Wilhelm's has 3 cinder blocks on it. You can just tie up the buoy boat to that and it's good to go, and that's the end of your starting line. The other one is in the middle of the lake down at the east end. So we have P&S down there. There's a middle buoy there, which is also a heavy buoy that you can tie off onto. You do not want to start trying to move heavy buoys. When we talk about squaring the line, move the pin in. Other situations where you need to anchor, we have plenty of anchors. Thanks to Kevin, who has provided us some additional anchors. A buoy setup, just to run through that real quick. So we have a buoy, right? On a buoy, we have a weight. This small weight, main purpose in life is to hold this buoy upright so it stands up in the lake. That's all that it's there for, but that's its important role in life. From there, you hook another carabiner to this, and you just tie off line onto this, which then attaches to this weight at the bottom. And this is enough weight, this is 20 pounds, to hold this buoy in place, as long as you have enough line. So the biggest mistake that can happen is that you don't put enough line down to the bottom, and the weight is actually floating, and the buoy starts to float off on you. The second biggest problem is we didn't practice our bowline knots ahead of time, and the buoy becomes untied, and we start to lose weights and things. So practice that. Make sure that they're tied off on. The other piece that we put on here is a piece of chain, and the purpose of the chain is, so we just have a piece of chain like this, attached from here, and then the line attached. The purpose of the chain is so that if somebody does run over this with their motorboat, they don't cut our line, and we don't lose our weight. Something else happens to the boat. So there's a white buoy out on the lake right now. So there's a white buoy out there like this, attached to all of this at the bottom. And all you're doing is pulling that white buoy out and hooking the red buoy to it. Simple as that. So if it's a white mark and you're just throwing a red buoy in, you're good to go. If you're dropping in a new mark, because line got cut, it went missing, it drifted off. We have line like this. This will work. This will work in D and E areas. This has enough line on it to get to the bottom, and this literally allows you to drop a mark in. So you can hook this off on here on a carabiner, drop that in, hold this, drop this right in. This gets a little trickier now. This is where the hard part comes in of the training class. Once you hit bottom, again, make sure you're on the bottom. So get it all the way down. You'll be able to tell that it's on the bottom. Leave a little slack. Slack's going to make the buoy move on you. That's okay. It'll move with the wind. If it's a starting line, you need to account for that a little bit, but generally you want some extra slack in there. This just clips off here. That then holds this, and then you can just tie off the easiest way to deal with putting a mark on here is just to tie a loop like that and hook a carabiner to it and hook that to the buoy. This will sink.
You'll have a box of carabiners and chain on the boat. It's on your checklist, and so you'll have plenty of extra carabiners. Tom likes to call it a click and click environment. You can just click, 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 click. And it's easy to change buoys out fast if you need to, or put buoys in fast.